Hello and welcome to the Change Gang podcast with me, your host, Laura Ordile. I'm here to help you hold on to your sanity and your soul as you move through big change. I'm here to guide you from frustration to flow in your life, bridging the practical and the woo, just for you. Let's go. Welcome to the week, Change Gang. We're going to have a little fun and go exploring with Sagittarius. They are the explorers. They're the gypsies, the students, the philosophers. And they like the big picture. They love travel because it often fills in all the little spaces for that big picture. Whether they're traveling in their mind or in real life, they will explore. And truth is always a thing with Sagittarius, whether they lean heavily into it or are maybe kind of way too flexible with it. They lean into one of those areas where they're all about being blunt and truthful and there, or they shy away from it a bit. That's a little preamble about Sagittarius. So let's dive in a little bit deeper with them and explore. So if your sun is in Sagittarius, or if you know someone who has these placements, this will help you understand them a little bit. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and so they are about the movement in the world, about being and doing and moving in whatever way. So it's that kind of an energy. Most fire signs will find their own energy, even that kind of quote unquote relaxing energy, by doing, by movement. It sounds a little funny, a little crazy, but those are the people that they don't just sit down and relax. It's uncomfortable for them. They will be in some form of movement, and that will feel better for them. And if your sun sign is in Sag, then this is the base layer for all the other things to be added onto. This is how you kind of came into the world in that fire sign, in that explorer mode. And the little nuances that come with that all depend on what's in your chart, obviously. If you have your moon in Sagittarius, then you are the truth seeker, and you want really to lean into optimism, especially kind of as an overall theme emotionally. But it can be hard. It can be hard for you. It can be hard for you to face your own emotions, your own truth, your own heart. And when you see something outside of that optimism in the world, it can pull and hurt at your heart and maybe even fire up your emotions that come with that. Because if you have your moon in Sagittarius, you have that fire. It comes with passion and the emotions that you feel. This may be a bit of lashing out sometimes as a first reaction. And so again, if this is you or this is someone you know, it's just something to understand that that's something that kind of burns through you. And once that flash happens of whatever it is, the emotion that comes out, then it goes in and it's time to kind of manage the passion and drive ahead with it and steer it where you want it to go. And oftentimes there won't be an apology for this. Although this is a great spot to say that if this is you, then take the time to actually practice that apologizing. It won't be something that comes natural. It won't be something that's easy, but it will work wonders for everyone involved in your life. And for those of you that are dealing with people who have that reaction to things, go into it without the expectation of the apology. And hopefully that person will start to learn that if they do apologize, I'm not saying don't say, have the conversation that, hey, sometimes an apology would be nice after this happens, and let them know that that's a little bit of something that would be meaningful in your life. Absolutely do that, because they wouldn't even think about it. It wouldn't be something that would come to the awareness for them. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but it's true. So offer that up to them. And if you're the person who is in that position, start practicing it a little bit. And Sagittarius in Saturn, here's the life lessons. And here's the question for someone who has this placement. How are you standing up and out in the world? How is that happening for you? And are you learning and living in truth? Big questions, but important ones, because it is a life lesson here to be bold and be truthful and to know that not everything is meant to be taken personally, because Sagittarius can really tend to take things personally. They think sometimes that people are being mean to them and it's just not right and it's a personal attack when it's really not. But that's just because they have those big feelings and they have all of that out there. So when things come at them, they do take it personally. But if you move into the world in that Sagittarian way, be bold, be honest, and yes, be blunt, but remember to take that in kind. That when people are being blunt and honest with you, not to take it as they're against you, that it's a personal attack on you. Move in a different direction with it. Know that they're speaking their truth, hopefully in a kind, though blunt way, as you should be. And with Sagittarius in Mercury, the mind, oh my goodness, this is fast and impulsive, and they're probably a little sarcastic, and they bring things all together. They make the connections. People with Sagittarius in Mercury, they bring all of the ideas together, and boom, amazing things happen. And they may have all kinds of things going on around them because they've just got a lot of different connection points, like I said, because they can see how it can all come together. But they might just all of a sudden say the thing that comes to mind. These people really tend to not have a filter. And though I know there's a few different signs where this applies, this is definitely one, because they do have a lot that they're thinking about, and it's like, let's do this, let's do that, let's be in this. And they will talk about that and bring all of these amazing ideas to be. And they probably think they're pretty funny. Most of those Sagittarians do. They can take an idea and spend days philosophizing over it. Like, why are we here? And they'll search for the answers, studying and studying and studying. And because their minds are so expansive, they'll go and find and tap into all the different things that apply to that. They might really explore all the different religions, all the spirituality, all the rituals. They'll go exploring for all of those things. They don't necessarily get deep down into the details. That really isn't their thing. They're the people that say, I have the big ideas, I can pull it all together. Now you're the person that needs to bring all the details together to make that happen. So have a little patience with them on that. They do have the passion, they do have the drive, and they do have the energy. So, but often they might need, unless they have something in their chart that really brings that together in the detail side, or helps them kind of zero that in, they might need a sidekick to help with that part of it. With Sagittarius and Venus, these are the easy flirts. They love being passionate about things too, and they want to be in movement. And these are people that express and show and receive love in a really physical way. They want to be touched. They'll be the huggers. They are the person that really is out in the world wanting to show you how wonderful it all can be. Just imagine if all of this came together, how wonderful it would be. Though they love talking like that, they love communicating and sharing that, and they love maybe being athletic, being out doing things. That's a little bit of their love language, is doing. Remember that. Remember that if you have Sagittarius in your life. And if you have Sagittarius in Mars, this is spontaneity, big energy. All right, it might be a little dramatic, but probably just really big. And they will be the ones that they want to go on the balloon ride, and the hot air balloon ride, and they want to go and do the whitewater rafting. And if they want to go on a vacation, it's going to involve exploring all of these different things. It might mean taking a 10-mile bike ride and then a hike and then doing these. There won't be a lot of relaxing involved in it. They'll be exploring. They'll be moving. They'll be wanting that part of it in there. And then Sag in the North Node. This is so interesting, and I think it's so lovely. one of the things, as I've spoken about before with the North Node, is that the opposite of that, so the South Node, is what you've already done in a previous lifetime and what you kind of aced. But sometimes those kind of difficult traits from that particular thing can come into your early life. So with Sagittarius, in the early life, it would have been maybe some of the difficult traits of Gemini, which is a nervous energy, thinking small, maybe a lot of internal dialogue, or being scattered and not really being able to see the big picture, getting stuck in the details, getting stuck on repeat with some little detail of something. But as you grow and learn, and as you really move into that North Node, it's about seeking and studying and taking the classes and finding the fun and not worrying about the details, taking on the larger view of things, really seeing the world as more than where you are or the one little place, or even just as the world. It would be a universal view, even going bigger and bigger. And life, one of the things I love here for the North Node in Sagittarius, here's a good little quote that goes with it. Life is a philosophical exercise. I am honest. I move in truth. I can speak bluntly, and I do elicit reactions. And I do not need to take it personally. I am meant to speak up and out. There you go, my little Sagittarians. I hope that helped you see a little bit about yourself, or see a little bit about maybe someone who has Sagittarius in their chart that's in a big placement, or even a Sagittarian that's in your life. And I'll continue to do these. I'm having fun with them. I enjoy them. So we did Scorpio, Sagittarius. I'll move into what's coming next and kind of just move along. It might not be in sync with the time frame of those particular signs, but that's okay. You can always come back to it and listen to it when you do know that it's that time and the energy is moving in that way. And yes, when we do move into an energy like we've moved from Scorpio into Sagittarius now, that energy does affect everyone. It brings these particular traits and ideas and feelings kind of into the mix and emphasizes it a little bit. It's like putting a spotlight on it and saying, here, this is a little bit of the energy that is in play right now. So use this, play with this, be a part of this. And so as we come out of Scorpio and we come in to Sagittarius, it's probably going to come around to looking a bit more outside of yourself. With Scorpio, it would have been a very internal thing. Now it's looking at the outside, the world view, everything that's out there, the big and beautiful world that we live on. So enjoy that process and have fun with it. And of course, I'm here and I have personal readings that I do. I do astrology charts. Outside of doing some of the other wonderful things that I do when I work with the subconscious, like in hypnosis and NLP and quantum jumping and all the fun stuff, I do astrology charts, and I love it because I think it shows you how amazing and wonderful you are and how to work with the difficulties in your own life, because we all have parts of us that sometimes might challenge us a little bit. But if you know how to work with those and blend those into your life in the best way, life can go along a lot smoother. It really can. And actually, if you're listening to this on Monday, then I still have some of my Black Friday sales out there. If it's past Monday, then I'm sorry. They're not there anymore. I hope you catch whatever pops up next time. But in the meantime, you can always find me. And my website's being updated at lauraordile.com. In the meantime, you can find me on social media and just reach out. I put a lot of posts out there with links on how to contact me and find out my rates and all of those wonderful things. I'm available and I'm here to help. In the meantime, go have some fun with that fire. And I will meet you right here, same time, next week. I hope today's episode was interesting to you in some way and fun. If so, hey, find someone to share it with. Maybe they need to hear it too, or maybe they'll just enjoy it. If you'd like, go ahead and grab my tips on supercharging your success. It includes a free short meditation to do just that. You can find that at bit.ly/supercharge your success. Until next time, happy days.